Can you resist your German Shepherd's eyes staring at you at the dining table? Is it okay to give your dog a treat from your plate, or could it be harmful? Some foods are toxic to dogs and can cause them real problems. So, what can German Shepherds not eat? In this video, let's look at a complete list of unsafe and toxic foods for German Shepherd. Stay till the end as the 23rd food is highly dangerous but widely spotted. Let's begin. Alcohol. German Shepherds cannot drink alcohol as it causes alcohol poisoning affecting the brain and liver. It induces a dangerous drop in blood sugar, vomiting, diarrhea, coordination problems, seizures, respiratory failure, and eventually death. It only takes a small amount of alcohol to damage your dog. You will also need to take extra care if you grow fruit at home, as once the fruit has fallen from the tree and starts to decompose, it produces ethanol, alcohol. Avocado. Avocado is a dangerous food for your German Shepherd. The pit, skin, leaves, and bark of avocados contain a toxin called persin. The fleshy inside of the fruit doesn't have as much persin as the rest of the plant, but it is still unsafe for your dog to eat. Keep your dog away from the plants if you grow avocados at home. Also, the avocado seed can become stuck in the intestines or stomach, and an obstruction could be fatal. Caffeine, coffee, tea, etc. German Shepherds cannot drink coffee, tea, or caffeine beverages. Large amounts of caffeine consumption in dogs are a serious concern and can be fatal in severe cases. Don't let your dog lap up your coffee and tea, and keep him away from cocoa, chocolate, colas, and energy drinks. Cherries. German Shepherds should not eat cherries. Even though the flesh of the cherry is safe, it can cause an upset stomach. The cherry pit, stem, and leaves contain cyanide, which is toxic, so it's not worth risking to feed cherries to your dog. When eaten in large toxic amounts, look out for dilated pupils, difficulty breathing, bright red gums, and shock. Chocolate. Chocolate is dangerous for dogs. The problem with chocolate is theobromine, which is present in all kinds of chocolate, including white. The most potent types are dark and unsweetened baking chocolate. The darker it gets, the more poisonous due to the more concentrated amount of cacao solids. Garlic. While garlic can be okay for German Shepherds in tiny amounts, large amounts can be risky. However, your dog would need to eat quite a lot to get very sick. Garlic belongs to the allium family and is related to onions, leeks, and chives, see below, which are also toxic for dogs. However, garlic is 5 times more potent. Eating a large amount of garlic will damage your dog's red blood cells, making them likely to rupture, leading to anemia. Grapes and raisins. Grapes and raisins are extremely dangerous foods to German Shepherds. Grapes and raisins can cause kidney failure in dogs, and just a minimal amount can make a dog sick. This also includes other dried variants like sultanas and currants and foods containing grape extracts, such as grape juice, raisin cereal, raisin bread, granola, trail mix, and baked foods like raisin cookies or bars. These are all potential sources of poison. Hops. German Shepherds cannot eat hops, the flowers of the hop plant used in the process of brewing beer, as they are toxic. If you are a homebrew enthusiast, you must keep hops out of your dog's reach as scientists do not yet know what causes the toxicity. If you suspect your German Shepherd has ingested hops, signs and symptoms are malignant hyperthermia, increased breathing, a racing heart rate, and vomiting. Horse chestnuts. German Shepherds cannot eat horse chestnuts. They contain a poison called esculin, found in all tree parts, including the leaves. Symptoms include severe vomiting and diarrhea, drooling, increased thirst, restlessness, and tremors. These symptoms can occur as soon as 1 hour after eating or may even be delayed for up to 2 days. Macadamia nuts. German Shepherds cannot eat macadamia nuts as just a handful of raw or roasted nuts can make a dog very sick due to their toxicity. Macadamia nuts can cause severe weakness in the back legs, high temperature, vomiting, and muscle shakes, depending on the number of nuts ingested. Moldy food. Moldy food, such as moldy bread, pasta, nuts, cheese, and other decaying produce, is bad for your German Shepherd. Moldy foods contain mycotoxins, and a specific mycotoxin called aflatoxin can cause liver failure. Symptoms are vomiting, restlessness, incoordination, seizures, and high temperature. Be sure to keep compost away from your pet's reach. Mushrooms, wild. German Shepherds should not eat mushrooms as they can be toxic. A small amount of washed white mushrooms from the store are generally safe, such as the white button or portobello varieties. Nutmeg. German Shepherds should not eat nutmeg as it is toxic to dogs due to the compound myristicin. If a dog ingests a substantial amount of nutmeg, the poisoning can cause hallucinations, disorientation, increased heart rate, dry mouth, stomach pain, and possibly seizures. Onions, shallots, leeks, and chives. German Shepherds should never eat onions, shallots, leeks, and chives, either cooked, raw, or dried, as they are poisonous to most pets if consumed in large amounts. Eating excessive onions can cause your dog's red blood cells to burst, causing anemia. Raw or green potato. German Shepherds cannot eat raw potato or green potato, as it is poisonous to dogs. It contains a toxic compound called solanine, and if your dog eats a large amount, it will affect his nervous system. Symptoms to look for are blurred vision, vomiting, diarrhea, low temperature, and slow heart rate. White potatoes belong to the nightshade family of vegetables, which includes tomatoes. They produce solanine as a natural defense to deter insects. Rhubarb leaves. German Shepherds cannot eat rhubarb leaves as they contain oxalic acid, which is toxic to dogs. Your dog may experience drooling, vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, tremors, and changes to thirst and urination. However, they would have to ingest a considerable quantity to cause poisoning. Salt. German Shepherds should not have too much salt, as eating too much salt can make your dog seriously thirsty and lead to sodium poisoning or dehydration. Excessive thirst or urination may occur, and salt can cause potential damage to the kidneys. Salt poisoning is a serious concern as death may follow. Symptoms of too much salt include vomiting, diarrhea, depression, tremors, high temperature, and seizures. Star fruit. German Shepherds should not eat star fruit as this exotic fruit is highly toxic to dogs due to oxalic acid. Your dog's digestive system absorbs oxalate salts in star fruit, leading to acute kidney failure. Signs and symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, blood in the urine, and increased thirst and urination. Green tomato. German Shepherds cannot eat green tomatoes as they contain a toxic substance called solanine, which can cause heart problems, difficulty breathing, and severe stomach upset. However, they would have to eat an awful lot to get to this stage. A small amount of green tomato will cause GI upset at worst. While the ripened red fruit of the tomato is generally considered safe for dogs, all of the green parts of the plant, stems and vines, and unripened tomatoes need to be avoided. Xylitol, sweetener. German Shepherds cannot eat xylitol, sweetener, and all foods containing xylitol as it is toxic for dogs. Xylitol can cause your dog's blood sugar to drop and cause acute liver failure and even death. Early symptoms include vomiting, lethargy, and coordination problems or seizures. A noticeable trend in poisonings has emerged due to the increasing popularity of xylitol as a sweetener in several products. It is found in many products such as candy, gum, baked goods, diet foods, and toothpaste. This is the 23rd food and is highly toxic. Yeast dough. German Shepherds cannot eat yeast dough. The dough rises and causes gas in your dog's digestive system. It then swells inside, and as it expands, it causes a bowel obstruction or a bloated stomach which can potentially twist. This then becomes a life-threatening emergency requiring abdominal surgery. Black walnuts. German Shepherds cannot eat black walnuts as they are highly poisonous. Black walnuts contain an unknown toxin that can cause seizures and tremors. Another danger is if the walnuts have been lying on the ground for a while and turned moldy. Mold is an additional toxin. The only nuts that are okay for German Shepherds to eat are peanuts, almonds, and cashews. And there you go, 25 toxic and unsafe foods for German Shepherds. When you plan their platter, ensure that it contains none of the foods mentioned in this list. To ensure safe parenting, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, stay tuned.